Hi there traders and welcome back to the daily recap show for today, which was Thursday the 6th of October. So starting with the FTSE, these were the zones of reference that we had. And we said that the FTSE had seen some buying coming in. So in the medium term, we were actually slightly bullish, but the overall tone, a higher time frame in terms of the daily daily time frames was still bearish. So the shorter term certainly had some strength despite that overall tone still being bearish. So we said, if we held above 7077 to 7087 at the open, we could see moves higher with resistance at 7144 to 54. If we had a deeper inventory correction today, we could see moves back to 7043 to 7053. And if we got sustained breaks below there, we were back into the chop zone with support of the range at 6978 to 6988 and 6945 to 6955. And you notice that the 6945 to 55 is the blue zone. That therefore is a stronger zone of support. So let's go and have a look at the FTSE today. Okay, so you can see we opened up here, and you can see, we opened up here. You can see that actually we spoke about holding above this zone at the open. You notice that we actually moved below it, even just in the pre-market session, just before the cash market opened. So as soon as the market opened, we were below this zone. And that therefore meant that we was expecting maybe a slightly deeper inventory correction that we spoke about down to 7043 to 7053. You can see that happened here as well. We've got this move down here. Unfortunately, this all happened pre-market really. We got to pull down. I mean, this is a potential trade here. It is with the overall trend. It was from that inventory correction area. So that is quite a nice trade there that you could have taken back up into this zone for a decent risk to reward trade there as well. We then got a little bit of chop, and then we got the acceptance below the zone here. So we said if we got a sustained break below there, we were back into the chop zone with the support further down at 6978 to 6988 and 6945 to 55. So we got the breakdown. We didn't get any retest of that area once we go into full acceptance below. And although there are some continuation patterns here along the way, none of them really were anything that I probably would have wanted to have traded. They were still a little bit in the range. We said we were in a bit of a chop zone, so probably not the best areas to start trading. There is this candle here, which is quite a nice breakout area, but it's hasn't quite taken out those lows either. But that is a continuation that you could have taken. We hadn't had the full acceptance at that point either, so there were some slight concerns over that trade. And then we got down into this 69.78 to 69.88 zone. We did get a reversal here. This was a losing trade. And then we've come down and broken below there. So, yeah, I guess this was valid as well, but again, when it's against the overall trend in the market, sometimes you're just better off waiting for those higher time frame, those stronger zones, as we keep on saying at the moment. So we haven't quite made it down to that 69.45 to 55 support zone yet, but we're well on our way. So I think this initial trade here off the inventory correction was probably the best trade of the day, and a couple of other opportunities which I don't think were the highest probability anyway. So that's the FTSE. Now let's go and take a look at the DAX. Okay, so these were the zones that we had referenced on the DAX today. So again, we spoke about the overall trend being bearish, but some strength in the medium term. So we said if we could hold above 12,605 to 12,675, and then get a sustained break above 12,700 to 720, we could see further upside. Aggressive support was at 600 to 620. However, deeper inventory correction today, you could see moves back towards 12,515 to 540, with main support today at 390 to 415. So let's go and have a look at the DAX. Okay, so again, a little bit like the FTSE, we said we needed to hold above 655 to 675 to see further upside, but we opened up just here, and we was already below that level, so we couldn't get we wasn't looking for any upside above that zone there. We said that aggressive support was at 600 to 620. That was this zone here. And again, a little bit like the FTSE, we got a reversal pattern here, taking the liquidity from the overnight low. So this was probably even better than the FTSE trade. And this one didn't quite reach that zone, but certainly plenty of room there to get that risk-free. So that would have been at worst a break-even trade, I believe, if you had traded that and managed that properly. If we saw a deeper inventory correction, which we got down here, we could see a move towards 515 to 540, which we saw. No reversals from this area here, but again, a really nice, a continuation pattern there. Very Risky taking it into that zone though, so not something that I would necessarily had looked to have traded. We then got the acceptance below here. And we've come back and we've pulled back and we've retested here. A couple of really nice reversal patterns there. Just taking out the liquidity from here before, and then even the liquidity on that one there from that liquidity there. So a couple of liquidity grabs to take us down. We're almost at that 390 to 415 zone. That will be support. If we start getting below there, then we really are looking at continuations on the higher time frames, and we'll be back bearish on those ones on the medium and higher time frames, everything in alignment, and then we'll be looking for a lot more aggressive sells as well. So we'll see what happens with this in the US session. We'll see what happens overnight. We'll update you with our levels and reports and our analysis in the morning, see whether we've managed to break through any inflection points and whether we need to change our bias. But that's the FTSE and the Dax today. I think the best trades for me were those ones right at the open. The Dax probably slightly better than the FTSE, just taking that liquidity there and from those aggressive support zones. After that, not really much for us to do, even though there was a couple of opportunities, a couple of nice patterns, but in the whole context of the market, it wasn't anything that I particularly was looking at. So that's the FTSE and the Dax. Hope you're finding these reports useful. Please let me know what you think. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please also come join the Keyzone service. It's completely free. You get the reports before the market opens, and you get to be part of the Keyzone traders community as well. So please let me know what you think. What you think of these reports. I hope they're adding value to your trading. I hope you're having a profitable week, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.